Don People's Deadbolt. Let's talk about it. So we got to talk about this situation, man, and speak on these wildfires in Hawaii and the direct correlation to Hurricane Katrina and the government's mismanagement of this entire situation. Let's speak about it. So it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out that this Hawaii wildfire has a lot of spooky stuff surrounding it. Um, a lot of people are putting this in the conspiracy category, me, myself as well. Upon looking at pictures and video, how you had trees and certain in a blaze and, families and kids having to jump into the ocean to seek cover. Um, it's kind of crazy. And then you wonder why, people always associate government with this type of issue. Um, my thing is with this situation, when you got a lot of land, right, that was obviously very valuable to the elite, and this is what they were targeting, there's nothing they won't do no to obtain the objective. So to show these pictures and these images, people capturing laser beams coming out of the sky, we are on some different type of technology. And, my thing is, was this a smart fire? A fire that they're able to control with a joystick, where they can make certain blazes start and make this laser hit certain areas. And it's very crazy. And then you go to the other side of the island, where Oprah and all these other high level elites had their homes. Nothing got touched. It speaks of corruption. Um, Obviously, another thing that was crazy is that the police chief that's handling this situation was also the police chief in the Vegas shooting. So it looks like he has a track record of handling a lot of, mass disasters, so to speak. But when you look at what Biden did, by sending the $700 per resident, that's like a smack in the face when you're sending billions upon billions of our taxpayer dollars to a fake war in Ukraine, which I feel is ultimately a money grab at this point. Um, but the $700 is just like a smack in the face overall to the devastation that was caused by these quote unquote fires. Kind of reminds you of back when George Bush and the whole Bush get ridiculed for how he handled the situation, um, with the Katrina and, people saying that they heard bombs burst at the levees. Um, that was a disaster that cost thousands of people's their lives. And, FEMA and the government was a direct correlation, but their response time was terrible, which had a lot of people messed up. And, it's a lot of stuff that was covered up in that Katrina situation that people don't speak on. And it just seems that the government, when it comes to helping and responding to their own citizens, they drop the ball every time. But when it comes to foreign aid and foreign policy, they're quick to throw dollars around. Um, it seems that this situation to me is a direct correlation of how they failed us when Katrina happened. And we can't forget those. As we approach the anniversary of Katrina as well, we can't forget the disaster that was actually caused at that time. So many people, like I said, were misplaced and stuff, but it was a lot of conspiracy going around when it came to that. And, people were talking as far as who had a hand in this, what money, what funds were getting misappropriated. You look back on that, it was terrible. And, you look at this Maui situation, man, it just irks that. The government's response time and what they were willing to do for its citizens, especially Hawaiians who don't consider themselves American. Obviously, their language was stripped from them. They were colonized pretty much. Their queen was put in jail. they're a conquered land, no different than Puerto Rico. So at the end of the day, to have to depend on America to come clean up Hawaii, I think you're not going to get that. It seems to be people of color are always getting the short end of the stick when it comes to the policy, the money, and everything else. So it's not far-fetched that this whole situation with these wildfires was to get a land grab, grab the land from these billionaire elites. I do feel like the weather technology they have is unprecedented. I think it's more than HARP now. I think like people are showing laser beams popping up in Canada, obviously in Hawaii, Texas, and everywhere else, right? I think it's to condense us even smart cities. It's ironic that Maui has a smart city conference that they just had. It's crazy, for what destiny has for us if we let these people continue to run our lives. It's time for us to stand up, people. And if we can't see the writing on the wall, may God bless us all. But I want to hear what y'all think about this, man. Do y'all feel that this situation with this Maui Hawaiian wildfire, do you feel like it was just a coincidence? Or do you feel like this was some smart technology deployed by the government to land grab and obviously, amongst other things, steal resources, etc.? And also, do you feel like that this was the same as a Katrina as far as the government failing the people? I want y'all to get in the comment box and let me know what y'all think, man. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification tab so y'all can tap in every time we drop a video. It's your boy Don Peoples, Deadbolt, gone.